Hi class, I wanted to give you some video feedback. I'm really excited about what you're doing here, and I just wanted to make sure that you had everything you needed to move on to the next step. I'm going to look at these as a first-time site visitor, and I'll go as quickly as I can. Hopefully you'll be able to look at everyone's, and that will really expand your knowledge. So let's just jump right in. This is just really clean and nice. I love it. It's got some special things going on too. I will say the first thing that I notice and the client will notice is the logo. So we always keep it the same format, right? So we don't want to skew it or change it or anything like that. I typically don't care for ovals images, but you've done a really good job here. I don't like them because they're really hard to be consistent with across the site, but you've done a good job with these. So kudos there. Good job with your footer. I'll check that link, and it's going to your menu page. You've done a good job keeping the company brand colors interesting here. This is working so far. It might be a little deep, the header here. Ordinarily, images don't always work, but so far it's not a problem. And these are all clean. I probably would use black here just to tie it in, but that's, that's up to you really. Let's see. Yeah, if we make this not quite so deep, then we have a little more space for the content, and that will result in less scrolling. Okay, we do want to center our content, right? So this looks to be maybe centered with this, but this isn't centered yet. And this does seem centered, so we want to make those aligned. You can combine, this is for everyone, you can combine Monday and Wednesday. They're the same location. You can combine Tuesday and Thursday if you need to. Okay. I like the way you've broken this up, actually. It does make it easier to digest. You can edit this down a few paragraphs if you need to, since it's student work. A client, of course, you would have to have that approved. This font needs to be a little larger. I used in Chrome, there's an extension called What Font, and it will tell me exactly on any Chrome site the size of your font. This one needs to be larger. Okay, ordinarily 16 points is the minimum, but some fonts are just smaller than others. So I would make that a little bit larger, and you can edit it down. If you need to, you can also exit that, bring it over a little bit so it's not just one long column if you like. Okay. Okay, well done. Make sure we're consistent with our font if this is the same one you've used. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Great job. And your socials are linked up also. Very nice. And all of your content is here. So good job. Good job. Not much for you to do on this one, right? So kudos there. The menu does take the most time generally, especially if someone chooses a template that has images, because they will all need to be filled in. All right, let's move to the next one. Okay. And this template isn't always easy to adjust. So far, you've done a good job with this. That image may be needing time to load. It may be a little large, might need to be optimized. Probably need to get into this content quicker. Okay, I'm not sure about all that space. perhaps these could be, you know, grouped a little differently on top of, you know, stacked. I'd make this a little larger. Okay. All right. I probably would combine these. You don't have to, but if you want to, it might give you a little, make it a little less dense feeling. The Monday, Wednesday, and the Tuesday, Thursday. Nice. Okay. Changing up the font. Okay. You're consistent with it. Okay. All right. Nice work. Okay. Probably the news could be just a little larger here, but it's not too bad. All right. Good job. Let's see what we have next. Okay. Bright. Nice. Let's delete. This is for everyone. Delete this shopping cart or profile. It is anything up there that we're really not going to use those. It's a good idea to put the logo in the header so it reveals on every page. And you'll want to link up to the client socials. The contrast here, we need to work on that. Okay. Need a little more here. This needs to be larger. And cursive is a little, script is difficult to read, so I would put a sans serif there, unless you make that larger. And we want to get rid of all of the placeholders here. Okay. The contact isn't linked up yet, so you'll want to do that. The easiest way to do that is just to create a new page, and then you will know that it links. And if you needed to, you could just get rid of this. It's not really filled out, so that's something I would think about. It's not totally complete. All right, you're going to get rid of this. Get rid of the hamburger icons here from the original. Okay. And we need your news and the rest of this content. All right. And a menu link. The menu is the most time consuming, but it's also extremely important. Okay. All right. So allow a little time for that, and that will work out. All right. Good start. Okay. Immediately what I see is we need a contact at the end. All right. So this looks great. Let's see. Let's put a contact at the end, and these will need to be filled out unless you select a different page. When you go in and create pages, you can select one that doesn't have as many images. Home needs to be in the beginning. Nice. Clean. I did notice that this needs to be checked on the spelling so that it's R-E-E-L. And you can cut this down a little if you want, but it does need to be larger so we can read it. Okay. I think it's looking good. It's looking good. Once you get the contact, maybe that's where you're going to put your social media links. Oh, here they are. I saw that earlier, yes, and they're linked up. Okay. All right. Great start. This is a little plain, but easy enough to read. The contrast is there. All right. Good start. Okay. I do like this image, but we need to make sure that this is a little easier to read, which is a little tough because you've got both dark and light on the image. Sometimes just a rectangle, you know, that is a transparent opacity. Usually it's a gray, but it could be white. Well, you'd have to change this to dark if you made it white, or you could try a salmon color, but we're introducing something that isn't throughout. This has to be entered, all of these. Okay, complete this. It's a terrific start. Okay. And you're going to update the placeholders here. Okay. You have the contact last. That's great. Okay. I'm looking for the locations. Okay, so you'll need a locations page before the contact, all right? Great start. All right. Immediately, well, this is interesting. Immediately, I feel like we want to get into the content quicker, but I'm not sure what the white and yellow is referring to. So I would pull that out. I would put this in the header so it's on every section. Book a table, they don't take reservations. It's not a restaurant, and they don't have a restaurant. Okay, this is something that I would do. I would, in the header, I would create a navigation that is not the hamburger style, the 3 lines, but this. And I would keep it at the top just like that. So we're not going through an added step every time, you know, we want to go to another page. So that's an important functionality. These will all need to be entered. This goes in your footer. Okay. Okay, so this is the template name, I think, unless you have a brand named that, which we wouldn't use on the clients, so I don't see that happening. Okay, so the menu, this needs to be updated. Contact moved to the end, and it needs to be filled out. We have 2 menus. Okay, choose one. Okay, there's a bit of template here. So I would set aside several hours just to comfortably do all this. All right? All right. Looking forward to seeing it next time. Okay, same thing with this one. We have to go back and forth to go to our menu, and that slows us down. Enter your content. Okay. Good. Okay. So that needs to be formatted, right? You can edit it, but it needs padding here, and I would bring it in. Okay. Not the easiest font to read. I would use something like this and be consistent. If you're wondering what that is Helvetica 26 Light, Helvetica Light. You probably could go to 24, but you know, you could edit it down and keep it consistent also. Okay, same thing here. We want to format all of that. This is a little big. Let me see. So this isn't Helvetica Light, and it's 31, so that's a little big. But we do want to be consistent. I would go more towards this. Okay, 24 to 26 Helvetica Light. You know, on a background that makes it easy to read. All right, so continue to look through some of the others. You're using Wix Studio, which means I won't be able to see your mobile, but that's okay this month when you get to web design, unless they have fixed it by then or added it to the feature. You'll want to use the regular Wix so that I can see your mobile. We don't work on mobile this month. Okay. Enter everything. We need the disclaimer at the bottom. Enter. Enter. We've got a good skeleton laid out, but you need to spend some time on it now. Okay, you'll need the news page. Make sure you have contact at the end. I know you have it, well, this isn't really even the contact, so yeah, you could take this out. Okay, this is where you have your disclaimer. Let's put it down here where we could read it. All right, great start. All right, we've got some great things starting here. It's nice and bright. You can move this down here, reduce this if you want, the height of that. Link these up to the ones that we have, which is, I believe, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Double check in the client folder what we have right now. We don't want to crop logos. Clients are very sensitive about their logos, all right? You can take off transparent background for this logo title for your files, because sometimes when we roll over things, we will see that. Now, the drop-down menu. We never want to use a drop-down menu when it's covering content, so let's go for a horizontal, I think, and we want to make sure the logo is really sharp. Let's reduce that and put it somewhere up here. Okay. Okay. Kind of the same thing. It's a little wide. Might want to bring this in a little bit to a more narrow column. Yeah. I think this should be a sans serif when you choose your, rather than vertical, choose a horizontal menu. Okay. It's a lot of space down here for just that much. You can cut some of this down if you like. And I wouldn't put the logo in the background because it is going to be, you know, cropped, and we can see the pixelation and all of that. So once you correct that, it's going to start coming together quickly. Okay, nice. Okay, I think you see what needs to happen there. And let's make sure we're aligning our column. Okay. And an image is nice here, and the logo could go right here. It would look good over the dark navy. Okay, and then probably a white navigation text. And this, you know, you're going to bring all of this down and put the header where it's not being overlapped. Okay. Close up any gaps. All right. Great start. I think, you know, just a few sweeping adjustments, and then you'll be able to go into some of the details you're on. All right. Okay, and this is Squarespace. This is a different type of feedback than we do. You know, this is a feedback page for the client. We don't require that, and so the thing is, this would have to be below the content that is important. Good, you combined those. Still a little bit of scrolling. Okay, nice touch. A lot of scrolling there, and the wrapping, right? You want to check that because sometimes when we put it into a template, the template overrides it, and so you'll need to go and put those, remove those returns by hand, manually. Nice and bold. I like how easily read it can be. You know, you may have plans for that space. This might be able to come up a little higher. Okay, so looks like, you know, you have either links, because you'll need a location link here, and yeah, what I would do is I would bring this up and I would rename that locations. And then you'll need a news page. You don't have to have a home page if you have this. You know, do try and keep their blue somewhere. Okay, good. All right. All right. Great layout. I'm looking forward to seeing how this is going to lay out on your next iteration. Keep up the good work. All right. Okay. Linked up. A little small, and I believe this is your footer, and so we need to bring that down a little bit because it will be taking up a lot of space on every page. Remove that. Let's make sure we can read our headings. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so it says I don't have permission for this one, so you'll want to work that out. Let me know how. And we only need one set of these, all right? Okay. So take a look at that, see if your site is set to public, presuming you have content here. All right, okay. All right, so on this one, I would rename press locations, and I would probably move this up so that when they land on it, it's right there. I know you have press here, but they want to know where you're going to be. That's what they need to find fast, and then move it in front of contact. So contact is last. Okay, these have to come out. Okay, and this, and that button. This does not seem to be active, so remove that. Remove any placeholders, every placeholder. Your, let's respell real. Okay, and let's put your disclaimer there. We don't want to lead people away from the site right now. Check out the spacing. Okay, so some work on your about and the menu page. Okay, I don't see a menu. So you've got several hours. The menu page will take the most time, but do keep your site as simple as possible so the functionality is easy for you to manage. All right, bring that over here in your pages. When you go over to your left menu, it'll be like the third icon down on the left. And move pages before contact and rename it location there in that same menu. All right. If anybody has any questions along the way about how to do something, contact me. You can also, if it's the weekend or late at night, you know, in the middle of the night or something. I know some of you work in 2 in the morning. Then please use the Wix.com support. It's really great. Just go to their site, ask your question, and usually they have an answer for you right there. There's also the question marks inside your menus in your editor, your Wix editor, and they have a lot of those things there too, and some of them have little videos. But if you really get stuck, reach out to me through the assignment feedback, and I will walk you through what I can. Okay, so template here, no, it's not the template. However, what we do want to do is change this red. All right, so let's use the client blue. We usually left align any paragraph text. And let's remove the order online button. Okay. Let's be consistent with our headings and our type. Nice. Okay. And you'll link these up. Okay. So this comes out. Keep in mind, it's not a restaurant. This is amazing because it is a food truck. This, the red behind it, not so much. This, I'll let this slide. But it is glassware. Try to give a little more space to the logo up there. You can make it a little bigger. Okay. All right, so I think you know what you need to do. Definitely close up these gaps and update this. You can put 2024. That's everyone. You can have 2023 or 2024. It's fine. Since we're right on the cusp. and put your disclaimer down here. But in order to raise your footer, you'll need to close this gap. Okay. Okay, let's delete the login. And probably a couple of images of tacos. Got some here. Okay, great start. This page is working for you. And no one's required to have a map. I know it's available, but no one's required to. All right, good job. And Laurel, I already gave you your feedback, but you know, if your peers want to see it, this would come to the bottom and this is removed. And the way you do that is you go into your, it's your fourth icon on the left when you're in Wix, and it's your site design, and you would remove the background. What you can do is select the background, a color, select color, and then change it to white. That will remove it. It should remove it. Okay. All right, everybody. Real excited about what you've done, and I'm looking forward to seeing your next iteration. And then before you know it, this week, you'll be working on your own site, and you will have at that time figured out, you know, the nuances of Wix that you need for the most part, and you'll be working on your own site, and that will be fun for you. All right, I hope. All right, everybody, let me know if you have any questions whatsoever, and I look forward to seeing your next submissions.